Hello, everyone. Today I'm gonna present an endangered species called the Saola or Asian unicorn. So the Saola is also called Asian unicorn because it's extremely rare and mysterious and elusive. Regarding its conservation status, it's currently critically endangered on the IUCN Red Lists. So we discovered this new species in 1992 during a WWF survey in the Annamite Mountains, as you can see on the map here between Vietnam and Laos. We have an extremely limited knowledge of this animal, even though it has been discovered 30 years ago. We still know very little about its behavior, its biology, ecology, population size, which makes it extremely challenging to protect and conserve these species. So the Saola has long, straight, parallel horns up to 50 centimeters. On this image here, it's a baby one, so they're pretty small, but it has really long parallel horns, and they're both present in females and males. They kind of look like an antelope, but they actually belong to the family of Bovidae, so they are closely related to wild cattle, and they have white markings on their face. Regarding the size, they're about 84 centimeters at the shoulders and about between 80 and 100 kilograms. So they're quite big animal, which was really surprising that we discovered them only 30 years ago. So regarding the habitat and distribution, the Saola are only found in the Annamite Mountains between Vietnam and Laos, as we saw. They live in a really, really dense evergreen forest that is really hard to access. And these isolated locations contribute to the species' rarity. And regarding the population size, we don't know, but it's believed to be extremely low. And that's why it's critically endangered, one of the most critically endangered species in the world. Regarding the Saola population in captivity, it's easy. There is no Saola in captivity. It has never been successfully bred or maintained in captivity. We had Saola in captivity only 2 times, one male in 2010, but died really quickly from stress. That's the one that you can see on this picture here. And then there were another female captured in 1996, but died also shortly after due to health issues. And so the biggest challenge to have them in captivity is that they have an elusive nature, they have really specialized habitat needs, and they're extremely sensitive to stress, which makes them really complicated to keep in captivity. By the way, this picture here right now is the Saola that was captive in 1996, the female, who died after a couple of months due to health issues. Now, regarding the threats to the Saola, so the main threat is poaching. Saola are not directly targeted by poaching, but they are often caught in snares for other wildlife. And because they live in really remote areas, it's impossible for us to find them and to save them. So yeah, snaring is the main issue here. There is a big widespread in Asia to catch bush meat, but that poses an extreme risk to Saola's population. But then also we have habitat loss. So the deforestation of the Annamite Mountains and the human development in this area is shrinking the Saola's natural habitat. They have only one place where we can find them in the world, and unfortunately this place is getting smaller. The last sighting of a Saola was in 2013. It was captured by a WWF camera trap in Laos, as you can see on this picture here. This is the last confirmed sighting. This is the last proof that Saola are still in the Annamite Mountains. Since 2013, we're relying only on local villagers and their testimony. The main issue to be able to find them in the Annamite Mountains is that we have a very limited knowledge of the Saola's footprints. The Saola footprints look a lot like other animals' footprints, which makes it really hard to confirm their presence. But we believe that there's still a couple of Saolas left in the Annamite Mountains. So the big issue here is that the Saola will likely disappear in the next 5 to 10 years, even though we are unaware of the population size. According to most organizations and conservationists, they should have less than 5 years before getting completely extinct. So right now, there is a lot of efforts that are made to try to locate them and to protect them, but only 30% of potential Saola habitat has been surveyed, and only 5% was focusing on Saola. So in order to protect the Saola, we need to increase the protection and the knowledge of the Annamite mountain. But we also need local collaborations. As I said, we are heavily relying on sightings from local villages. They record sightings, they track the footprints, and thanks to them, we can confirm that Saola still exists in the mountains, but we are unaware of the amount of Saolas remaining in the wild. The conservation strategies are to address poaching and habitat loss, first of all, but we're also doing some research on breeding and raising them in captivity in order to save them. But here, I really want to emphasize that the main priority, the main issue here to protect and conserve the Saola is to locate them. If we can't locate them, we cannot help them out. So if you would like to help the Saola, there is different ways for you to support initiatives. So for example, you can support the research efforts. You can whether participate or promote the research programs that surveys the Saola habitat and track its presence. You can also join anti-poaching initiatives if you're in Laos or Vietnam, and you can participate in snare removals and support the anti-poaching efforts, as you can see here on this picture. But we can also promote the habitat protection. If we advocate for stronger legal forest protections for the Annamite mountains, then we'll be able to protect the location for the Saolas. And of course, the main priority here is to spread awareness. As I said, the Saola is one of the most unknown animals in the world. And by raising awareness around Saola, we can drive conservation efforts and support the Saola survival. So that's it regarding the Saola. Thank you everyone for coming today. And that's the end of my presentation.